In Pennsylvania, when a married person dies, their surviving spouse pays no state inheritance tax. However, the surviving partner of an unmarried couple, no matter how long they have been together, must pay 15% inheritance tax on everything that they inherit from their partner. This is terribly unequal. Pennsylvania's citizens are speaking out about this inequality in the law and telling their own stories.
My name is Kevin Burns. I'm 56 years old. I live outside of Philadelphia in Media, Pennsylvania, and work in Philadelphia. I met my late partner when I was a senior in college, and knew him for about a year and a half before we became an official couple. And in 1999, he started having some symptoms, and we weren't really sure what was going on. Jerry died 10 years ago, and his mom is still my mom. If Jerry and I hadn't had really good advice from people in the gay community about how to plan for the future, the reality was I would never have been able to pay the inheritance tax on our home, and I would have had to sell it and move.
In addition to their emotional grief, surviving partners are faced with this terrible financial burden, tens of thousands of dollars that their married neighbors do not have to pay. This is money that could be used to help them stay in their home, keep their property in good shape, and help maintain their neighbors' property values.
We were seen by both of our families as a couple, and for them to see me go through that whole process of dealing with the practical side of losing a partner, I think was very difficult and shocking for them. I don't think they realized the economic impact and the inequity around the inheritance law. And we had enough life insurance that allowed me to pay for the inheritance tax on the house, but we had also had joint savings accounts, and so I ended up also having to pay inheritance tax on that, which was challenging. But what was even more challenging was, as soon as Jerry died, they froze those accounts, which made it really difficult for me to meet the expenses of his funeral and sort of the incidental expenses that were coming up. It's almost like you're being doubly taxed, that you're paying tax again on property or on assets that are yours. It feels discriminatory. It feels like there's a double standard. I think the inheritance tax and the whole way we treat same-sex couples communicates homophobia, communicates being seen as less than in our society, being seen as disposable. You can build a life together, you can build a home together, you can save and plan for your future and plan for one another's security, and that in the end, if you're a same-sex couple, you're penalized for that instead of supported by the society that you've been contributing to all of that time. And the thought of having to leave that home right after he died because I couldn't pay the inheritance tax would have totally destroyed me. I don't think I could have handled that emotionally. And that's the reality for some survivors, some gay folks who survive the loss of a partner, and it's just really unjust.
House Bill 1828 will end the inheritance tax inequality in Pennsylvania. Urge your state legislators to pass House Bill 1828 and end the inheritance tax inequality.